Use what's left of your voice.
I will.
All right.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, thank you for getting us all here safely tonight. Help us make the best decisions for the citizens of Boonville, Missouri. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, y'all. Roll call.
Young,
Here.
Meadows,
Here.
Robertson,
Here.
Hurt, Carter,
Here.
Venable,
Here.
Turner,
Here.
Stock,
Here.
7 out of 8, that's good. Hearing of citizens' comments. If there's anybody in the crowd, we got a nice bunch of people tonight, thank you. But I hope that means that you're interested in us, or maybe what we're doing. Anybody like to come up, make a comment, that's wonderful. Please make sure you sign up and tell us from which ward you originated.
If I may, I would like to just move this down so I could speak.
Well, and now we can recognize you, Mary Beth.
Well, I'm still not sure how to do this so my glasses don't get fogged up. I'm Mary Pat Obley. I'm a member of Ward 2. I'm also a member of the Boonslick Regional Library Board of Trustees. And I would just like to be here to, on behalf of all of us, to thank you for the opportunity that you have presented us. It's been a labor of love for a lot of us. I want to especially thank the mayor, Kate, Doug, who's not here, and also Earl Tessendorf, who sort of started all this. And that tells you how many years ago that was. We feel the memorandum of agreement really designates specific things that will be beneficial for both the city and the library in our understanding. And we are so, so appreciative of your consideration. Our board met actually at your last board meeting and unanimously approved the memorandum of agreement. And we look forward to moving forward with you. And if there are any questions, any concerns, just know we are open to that conversation. But again, thank you for a wonderful opportunity for both the city and for the library. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mary Pat, and thank you to all of you too.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Approval of the minutes of the August 17, 2020 council meetings. They're on pages 3 through 7. Are there any changes or corrections? There being none, they are therefore accepted. There are no consent items this evening. Presentation of accounts and claims on page 8.
ordinance appropriating money. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Boonville as follows. Section 1, for the purpose of paying salaries and various accounts against the city of Boonville, which have been allowed by the council at the regular meeting thereof. On September 8th, 2020, the sum of $576,325.57. General fund, $203,155.65. Sanitation, $63,820.50. CIP tax, $43,863.10. Waterworks, $154,354.93. Capital projects, $0.00. Wastewater, $67,904.37. Tourism, $19,154.62. Gaming, $9,825.84. Parks and Water, $188.08. Kemper sales tax, $14,058.48. Section 2. The accountant is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $576,325.57, being the total amount of money above appropriated. Section 3. This ordinance shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage. First reading on September 8th, 2020, read for the second time this September 8th, 2020, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading, title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Mayor, make motion to be approved.
Thank you, Morris. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Curtis. Any comments or questions? Roll call.
Stock,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Robertson,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
Thank you. Unfinished business, item A, second reading of bill number 2020-017, establishing a one-way traffic restriction in the alley between 500 blocks of Locust Street and Spruce Street.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, establishing a one-way traffic restriction going southbound in the north-south alley between the 500 blocks of Locust Street and Spruce Street, providing an effective date therefore, and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion to be approved.
Thank you, Morris. Is there a second? Mike? Thank you. Motion and second. Any discussion or questions? Roll call.
Stock,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Robertson,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
Okay. Item 8, new business. Item A, consider approval of highway road salt bid for fiscal year 2020 and 2021. It's on page 9. Questions, comments?
The 1,500, is that pretty standard? Is that what neighborhood of what we've been getting? Is that?
Yeah, we did 1,000 for the last couple of years, but the billing's a lot lower than it was the years before, so we did do 500 more than normal.
Mayor,
Yes, Whitney.
I make a motion to approve this.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? Mike is the second. Any further questions? And you're right, we should have done this first, shouldn't we? Thank you, Whitney. Any further questions?
Are these the same people, Jeff, that we were dealing with before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Total 6 of them.
Which one were we gonna go with? Did we see? I'm sorry. Okay, cool. And they've been good, and are we still doing New Franklin too?
They've done a good job
Is
for
New
us.
Franklin still getting ours?
Are we still salting New Franklin's?
I don't know. I kinda heard
They used to
were
buy
one time,
together
but I
with
don't
us.
think we are anymore. I know we
Okay.
did it one time years ago or something. I
Okay.
heard, but no.
Cool. All right, cool.
That's what I don't know.
I understand.
Right.
Thank you.
Next time, I'll try and remember, but I expect you to remember to come to the microphone, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Roll call.
Stock,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Meadows,
Yes.
Robertson,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
Item B, first reading of bill number 2020-018, approving final site plan for Spirit of 76 expansion. Page 10 is where it starts.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, approving the final site plan for Spirit of 76 expansion at 1620 Mid-America Industrial Court, Boonville, Cooper County, Missouri, providing an effective date therefore, and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Item C, first reading of bill number 2020-019, establishing 2 one-way traffic restrictions at Highland Drive entrance exit. It's on page 16, 17.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri establishing two one-way traffic restrictions, one going westbound on the north lane of Highland Drive and the other going eastbound on the south lane of Highland Drive off Main Street, providing an effective date therefore, and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Thank you, Teresa. Good work, Curtis. Item D, first reading of bill number 2020-020, approving memorandum of agreement with Boone Slick Regional Library. It's on pages 18 through 45.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri approving a memorandum of agreement for property exchange between the City of Boonville and the Boonslick Regional Library.
I just want to make a few comments before we move from this. So thanks to Mary Pat for coming, and for those who have been here for a while, you know we've worked on this a long time. And like I said in the memo, the agreement is substantially similar to what we talked about. It's just more focused and clear. And we will plan for this to have a second reading on the 21st unless there's a lot of comments or concerns that we need to push it off. But unless you guys have anything.
In other words, if you need to discuss with us before the next meeting, just holler. Okay? Item 9, reports of standing committees. Housing Authority, Morris?
I didn't make the meeting, but they had a good meeting and got everything taken care of.
Item B, Board of Public Works, Curtis?
Meeting was canceled.
Item C, Street, Alley, and Sanitation, Steve?
The memo's in the book. These guys have good conversation and they're looking at ways to improve situations. They're looking at the Harley Park exit that goes out on Spring Street right now. So good conversation. Guys are putting their minds together and making some pretty good decisions.
Good. Anybody got any questions for Steve? Suggestions? Okay. Item 10, reports of city officials. City Administrator?
Just a couple updates. First of all, we got our sales tax checks in today, so I thought I will give you guys the update, and hopefully for the next meeting we'll have August reconciled and I'll be able to provide the full budget. But the good news is that the Kemper sales tax has brought in $631,000. We budgeted $750, so we're about 84% into the budget, and we still have 6 months to go, so that's good. The stormwater park sales tax, the capital improvement sales tax, and then our 1%, we're all at 53% for the year, so of our budgeted amount. So the
53%?
so those numbers are holding steady, which is good, and if we can continue that trend, we'll make our budget, which is excellent. The use tax, which if you remember from the budgeting session, I don't ever understand it. I don't know how to budget for it because the people that pay in aren't the ones that we go to shop at. So anyways, the good news is we're at 192, we budgeted 250, so we're 77% of the way to the budget on that one. Now the not so good news. The gaming check came in today, and we are for the year at 764. And I just did a little math to say if the last 3 months were the exact same for the next 6, which they seem to be a holding trend, we would bring in 1.9 million. And just to remind you, we budgeted 2.9. So the tax receipts are coming in steady and above budget, and the sale, and then the gaming is obviously not doing well, and so we'll probably be looking at what we want to do with the gaming budget. And along those lines, there's a couple things I'll need direction from you guys, and we'll kind of make a decision next meeting. But specifically, I sent out letters several weeks ago now to the agencies that we distribute funds to annually. And I just said, in light of all of this, I'm not sure what the allocation is gonna be for this year, if we'll stay with the planned budget amount or if it will be impacted. So if you remember on your gaming budget, it's about 130,000 or so that we give away to the local agencies. And they're back here on page 67, so you carry your budget book. So I want some direction on if you wanna adjust any of those. We haven't made those checks, typically we send them out in July.
Yeah.
So I've told them that we're gonna be late, so they know that. And then also we'll just look at the gaming budget and try to figure out a little bit other places we can save.
Is that Morris's committee?
No,
We're talking
that's
about?
local. This is Howard County Sheriff, Howard County Prosecuting.
okay.
It's the government.
This is separate from
Mhm.
that. Right.
One question. The sales tax numbers, those percents, were they comparing to a revised budget or the original budget?
To the budget that you guys approved back. So,
Refresh my memory on the gaming stuff. We did some catastrophic insurance, but this didn't fall in.
there's a biological exclusion.
That's what I figured. I thought maybe I've talked to you about it. I can't
Yeah.
remember. But I
So-
assumed there was something.
So that's one of the areas for discussion for next year, certainly, that we can talk about whether or not it's worth the $50,000 budget. Again, I think that's another up for discussion.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be a good time to
Yeah.
refresh my memory.
Kate, did you ask for a reply back to the letter you sent out?
Well, frankly, I had a lot of people were calling me because I think they were expecting the checks in July and they hadn't come yet. So I explained, and a lot of them were saying, because of COVID, is there gonna be reductions? Are you gonna give anything away? And I said, well, I'm kind of waiting and seeing right now, and we'll have to talk about it as a council. And then I sent the letter out, and if you guys remember at the last budget year, you kind of wanted a letter from them closer to the budget season, just talking about how they used the funds. So I did tell them that we would like an accounting for the use of their funds, but I didn't ask for that in relation to this.
So do you need a direction from us?
I don't need it today. I think just thinking about it, like I said, if you're just budgeting about $1 million off, so you can look at, let's see, it's pages 66 through 68. So we don't always spend everything we budget, of course, but, we need to figure out a way to save essentially $1 million, or we'll need to potentially pull some funds out of reserves, which there are reserves, so I don't want to say that they're not available, but if there's something that we really want to do or that needs to be done, then we might need to make that decision too. So I think nothing is off the table.
I mean, right now, the boats, looks like it's gonna be about $1 million off.
Yeah. I just used the last 3 months.
Well-
So the gaming numbers are strong or steady, but the admission numbers are way down. So that's where our loss is occurring, is on the admission side.
No, tell them what could happen as fall gets here.
Yeah, that's not even assuming there was another closure. That's just assuming we had something similar to this for the rest of our fiscal year.
And we're talking fiscal year, around April, as opposed to calendar.
And then, if there's no other questions about taxes, like I said, we'll put this on the next agenda to kind of start talking about for direction. Just an easement update, we are down to, for the water along I-70 and then up towards Hale Ridge, we are just down to the last 3 easements, but we have one that we found agreement on today, so that one is just waiting for the signatures. And we have 2 more left. And they're basically easement number 1 and easement number 11, so.
Questions for Kate? Pull your budget out, take a look at it for when we come together again in 2 weeks. Obviously, we need to save what we can save, and at the same time, continue to produce and provide the necessary services for our citizens. two things, right? I don't have any comments. City clerk,
I have nothing this evening, thank you.
anybody have miscellaneous? Do I hear one?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Ah, I did hear one. In a second. Mike! It's a second, we got a motion in a second. Everybody that wants to adjourn, get up and leave.